Hey, hi, I'm Chris. Welcome back to my channel. I am doing 1,000 vlogs over 1,000 days, and it's a challenge I've set myself. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you're not subscribed, a subscribe would be absolutely awesome. So thank you. Today's subject, though, I mean, every day there's a different subject, but today's subject is about your choices. Not everybody will appreciate or understand your choices. Not everybody will understand why you've decided to do the things that you've done. And there's a lot of reasons for that, I think. It's because mainly your story is unique to you. How you live your life and what you do is entirely up to you. And we all have our own very own unique journey, don't we? We do. And sometimes we look at people and we think, why did you choose to do that? What was in you that made you decide to go down that pathway? And sometimes that reveals itself over time. And when you see that from the outset, you can really say to yourself, it looks damaging what they're doing. It's only till time has passed that you realize what their vision was, what their goal was, what they intended to do. Sometimes it's about finding peace in your life. Sometimes it's about taking the difficult road to get to where you need to be. And sometimes people just aren't with us for the entire journey. We're just there for a short time. But people don't always understand why you decide to do the things you do. Now, they don't need to understand. I think so long as you know that what you're doing is the right thing for you and the pathway that you have set out for yourself is uniquely for you, other people don't need to understand it. So, for example, if I'm on a journey, I've got a pathway where I want to go and take, I want to be successful in what I'm doing, where I'm looking to go. I doubt that many people on the outside looking in would understand that. You could explain it. You could get them on board with that level of understanding, but it's not always reciprocated. And I always found actually in life that you could ask 100 people 100 things, but you'd get a different answer every single time. I think what you're better off doing is saying, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to pursue this avenue to its fullest, and I don't know where it's going to take me, but I've got a belief that this is the right pathway for me to take. I've got this inner strength that says I should go down this road. I accept that people will have opinions about me during this process. I accept that people will formulate an opinion about the journey that I'm undertaking, but I don't expect them to understand it. And when we follow our own pathway in life, we very often challenge ourselves. We even say to ourselves, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right pathway to take? The unknown's a scary place. It really is. And how do we overcome the fear? Well, there's lots of sayings which I fall back on. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. And maybe there's some truth in that. But fear, I think, can serve as fuel to do the things that you need to do. People have an understanding or think they have an understanding of who and what you are, but only really you know you. Only you know what you're going to do. So they may not understand the decisions that you're making right now. They may not have a handle on the choices that you're making. But you've got to stay uniquely true to you. You've got to do the things that you love doing, the things that mean something to you and have an impact on your life. I always say many people will have an idea about what you want to do or become, but the strength from within yourself is the light, is the guide to where you want to be. I very often have people ask me about where I'm headed, what I'm doing. And a lot of us kind of make it up, don't we? The older we get, the more we think, well, I've got an idea where I want to be, but it's not set in stone. And I'm happy to be taken wherever this pathway takes me. But people will always have an opinion, I think. You can ask for an opinion, but that's it. It's just an opinion. Doesn't mean that you have to follow that. I think ultimately what you have to do is follow your heart. The choices that we make are led by consideration for other people, and people will invoke, I think, a strong opinion if they feel that what you're doing is wrong, isn't helpful to you, and it could be damaging. I think, given that scenario, that's acceptable. It shows a level of care from them to you. They don't want you to fall apart and fall into a cavern and not be able to climb your way out. But ultimately, the choices that you're faced with in life, you've got to make them yourself. You've got to follow your own heart, your own pathway, your own dream, your own aspirations. Maybe, maybe if things fall through, you've only got yourself to blame, as some people would say. But I strongly believe that in life, if you don't try, you'll never know. There's the successes that people have in life are built on a multitude of failures. The most successful people will probably regale 1,000 stories of the failures prior to that one success, which catapulted them to being where they are today. And the foundations of success are built on failure. But people's opinions, they will always have opinions about it. They will always debate your choices. They will always challenge you about what you're doing. And it can be very often them wrapped up in this sense of security where they feel very much that they wouldn't be prepared to take that risk. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't take the risk. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't go and pursue the opportunities that you feel that you need to do. Because that's how we grow, isn't it? So don't let other people's choices or ideas about you and what you're doing cloud you from being true to yourself and pursuing the dreams that you have in front of you. Because the goal, the prize, could be absolutely fantastic. It could be that very thing that you're chasing. It could be deservedly well earned. And had you listened to the naysayers, the people that said no, you would never have got there. There's a self belief and determination that you have to have in yourself to say, I'm going to succeed and I'm going to do this, and it will happen in spite of people's opinions, in spite of them thinking that your choices are somewhat flawed. They don't have your vision. They won't have your vision because you are unique to you. So whatever choices you are you are facing at the moment, any choices that you are deciding on, take a holistic view to it. Take a stoic view, and if you're really determined, you have to go for it. You have to be strong. You have to say to yourself, this is a period of my life which is going to take some real strength, and have that self-belief that says, I can do this. I'm more than capable of going for it. And the crazy thing about this wonderful thing called life is that when you see other people do it, are they any better than you, really? Not really. They've put in the hard work, they've done the time, they've had their failures, and they've got to where they are. And you are no different. You are no different to them. They heard all the opinions, they heard all the naysayers talking about them, their opinions, the knockbacks, they heard all that, but they plowed on through it. They kept on going. And you can do the same. Because if you have that belief in yourself, nothing anybody says really is going to stop you from being successful and being where you need to be. People will always have opinions. Sometimes we need to seek out those opinions, but that's all they are. And the road ahead will really be forged and carved by you, because your idea of where your life is going to be is something that you should really think about, and don't be put off by it, because the prize is everything and life is the ultimate experience. And when you get that experience, when you get that thing that you're chasing, it just feels so good knowing that you fought tooth and nail to get to where you are now. It just means everything. So people will always have opinions about you. People will always have an idea. You can seek those opinions out, but stick true to your heart and I've always found in life that you will get to where you want to be. Stay true to you. Keep going in that direction, even if it's small steps. Keep making it. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate that. I wish you all the very best if you're in that position, but don't listen to too much rubbish, okay? And look, I do a daily vlog every single day. If you're not subscribed, subscribe would be awesome. And I'll be back tomorrow with a completely uniquely different view of life, okay? I'll see you then. See you tomorrow. Bye now.